I suppose it was the respect my father and everybody had for Shackleton. They were prepared to join in whatever was happening, whether it be scrubbing the floor. And I think Shackleton himself, with his Irish background and ability to communicate and join in, made everybody feel that they were one. It was a team and not a them and us situation. He also communicated to his men that he put them above the object of the expedition. The object was great, but they were more important.
Frank Wild, the second in command, knew Shackleton's concern for his men's welfare better than anyone else. He had been with him in 1909, when, running low on supplies, the boss gave up the pole in order to save his party from certain death. One night, when both men faced starvation, Shackleton forced on Wild a share of his own meager rations.
I do not suppose that anyone else in the world can thoroughly realize how much generosity and sympathy was shown by this. I do. By God, I shall never forget it.
To protect his crew, Shackleton was prepared to act forcefully. Sailors complained that they were being bullied by the boatswain, John Vincent, a heavyweight wrestling champion. Vincent was summoned to Shackleton's cabin. He left, demoted. They drifted north, trapped until spring, some 7 months away. The floating landscape, convulsed into pressure ridges, became difficult to negotiate. As weeks became months, Shackleton was haunted by the fate of the ship Belgica. She too had been frozen in the pack. The crew had succumbed to the tedium of the long, dark polar winter. The result was infighting and ultimately insanity. The 1914 Trans-Antarctic expedition had planned to be the first Britons to make extensive use of dogs. Now these became diverting companions. Hurley was characteristically proud.
A few words about my dogs. Shakespeare, alias as Tachko, the Holy Hound and Bug Whiskers, is a magnificent animal, somewhat resembling an English sheepdog. He is a noble creature, dignified in gait, master of the team in battle, and a leader in canine sagacity. A good leader will ferret out the best track through rough and broken country, will not allow fights in the team, or indulge in capricious antics. A team of 9 dogs can haul about 1,000 pounds. My team is one of the best.
An interesting event occurred, the birth of 4 puppies. Tom Crean, the Irish giant, became their foster father. The puppy's antics captivated the entire ship's company. The men passed the long months with soccer matches, theatrical evenings, with weekly gramophone concerts. And a ship-wide haircutting session. Chippy McNish was moved to write,
"We do look a lot of convicts, and we are not much short of that life at present. But still hoping to get to civilization someday."
By May, they'd been stuck for over 3 months. The sun disappeared beneath the horizon, leaving days dark as night until the end of winter. The neat piles of sledging supplies mocked Shackleton's ambition and the dreams of his men. Meanwhile, ominous forces were at work. Encroaching ice squeezed the Endurance in its merciless grasp. The ship was not designed to rise above the increasing pressure of the encroaching pack. The huge blocks threatened to crush her. In July, a blizzard raked the Endurance. As the ice groaned and heaved, Shackleton assessed the situation. He spoke to the captain, Worsley.
He said to me, "The ship can't live in this, skipper. You'd better make up your mind. It's only a matter of time. What the ice gets, the ice keeps."
As winter turned to spring, the ice's assault continued. "40 years on, sailor Walter Howe still remembered the sound of the ship reeling under the blows.
The ice got her under the starboard quarter and lifted her bodily, as it were. And then she listed very heavily to port, and the timbers began to crack and groan.
Did you hear the timbers going as the ice tightened?
Oh, you couldn't avoid it. It was there like heavy fireworks and blasting of guns.
Together, Shackleton and Wild surveyed the ice damage. Orderlies noted,
"Sir Ernest must have gone through terrible anxiety lately, though he is so inscrutable that no one could have detected anything unusual in his manner. I know for a fact that he did not once lie down for 3 days, and I don't think he had undressed for 10 days.
The men made desperate efforts to cut the ice away from the ship. Even the usually stoic carpenter McNish was shaken.
There were times when we thought it was no possible the ship could stand it. Everyone got our warm clothes put up in as small a bundle as possible. I have placed my loved ones' photos inside Bible.